Yes guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Harrison and today I get to present a Porsche Cayenne Turbo Gen 1. Now if you're someone who is in the market for a Porsche and you've never owned a Porsche, this is a perfect start to get yourself into one of these because they're very friendly, they've got a lot of space. Don't ever think that these are old and don't have a lot of spec, because these still have spec that you still see in the new ones, such as air suspension, the V8, which is a 4.5 turbocharged petrol engine. It's got the Aluminium sports package, which just adds that bit more classiness to it. It's got these lovely 20-inch Techno Design alloy wheels, which look great with the red calipers as well, which I'm a big fan of. But yeah, this car is no slouch at all. It's got a lot of power, and we'll dive in and talk more about it. Now, a great feature that the Porsches have on these are the quad tailpipes, which really does define the sound that this 4.5 litre V8 produces. Now, as mentioned earlier, these cars are very practical and they're very friendly in the sense that as they have the air suspension, you're able to lower the car. So if you have dogs or you've got kids and they're trying to take shoes off and they need to sit on the back or whatever it is, shopping, this car is perfect for it. And then now if you come in closer as well, you'll see that this car does actually come with the Bose sound system. So underneath here is the Bose subwoofer, which obviously creates that wonderful sound that the Bose has. So all in all, really good. So now we're going to move around to the front of the vehicle, and it's great because they've got the 996 design headlights, which you'll see on the 996, 911s and even the 986 Boxsters and Caymans. And it's great to see that they interpret these designs onto all the different model variants. They even keep the design of this going on to the newer generations of the Cayennes, which is also great to see. Like I mentioned earlier as well, these are actually absolutely loaded with spec, such as the parking sensors, even the headlamp washers, which are just nice little features that will help you when you're driving, and yeah, it's just a great thing to have really. So this car produces 444 brake horsepower from the 4.5 litre turbocharged V8 engine. This also produces 620 newton meters of torque and does a 0 to 60 in 5.6 seconds. Now for something that weighs 2300 kg, that is pretty impressive. Obviously this car is a lot older as well, but because this is a petrol and it's turbocharged, it really is no slouch. So overtaking on the motorway or on the B roads, you've got the suspension down, this car will be able to handle everything. Porsches are solid cars, as you guys would probably know, so the fact that this comes with this engine and even the display of it with no engine cover, and you can just see the V8 on it, it's just incredible really. So guys, we're now inside the Cayenne Turbo, and I tell you what, I didn't actually know it was actually loaded with this much spec, which is great. So first of all, we'll start off with this multifunctional steering wheel, which has a Tiptronic gear shifter, so if you want to go manual mode, you can do that. Comes with cruise control. The steering column is actually electrically adjustable, so you haven't got to worry about flicking it down and doing all that, which is great. It's got heated seats. These are the sports seats, as I mentioned, with the electric, the memory, which is great. Moving on to the centre console, obviously you've got the air suspension settings here alongside the differentials. You've got the sat-nav navigation system, which is great, so you know you haven't got to use your phone and all that sort of stuff. Obviously the aircon as well. But yeah, I mean, it's great because even these such small things as these little hand grips here, they keep them into the new ones as well. So all in all, it is absolutely incredible with this spec that they put on these. I've got to say guys, the space in here is amazing because, I mean, I'm not the tallest of guys, but there is so much space. I didn't actually notice up until now that these back seats are actually heated as well, which is great for whoever's in the back. I mean, if you're in front or the back, it doesn't really matter. Now we'll move along to this armrest here, which is great. Even has a little storage compartment, wicked. You know, I don't know what you'd store in there, but if you ever need to store anything in there, absolutely fine. It's just a nice place to be. Electric windows. It's great. You've got your Bose sound system in here as well. These seats are really comfy. It's the great thing about having leather. I think even in my daily, I've got leather, and it's just a nice thing to have. Obviously in the summer it might get a bit hot, but it's great because in the winter you can put the heating on. You've even got your aircon in the back here as well. So you're living lavish really in the back here. It's great. Now I've got to mention as well, it's got this beautiful Alcantara roof lining, which really does set the car off really, because it just makes you feel like you're driving in class, which you are, because you're in a Cayenne Turbo with a massive V8 engine in it, which is just phenomenal. Now I didn't actually realise up until now, but on these the door sort of frames here on the side, you've actually got your aircon or heating on the side as well. So I mean, me being in the back, I think I'd prefer it in here, you know. I mean, it's great driving, don't get me wrong, but the luxury you get is just, it's out of this world really. For the first gen of these Cayennes as well, really, really good spec, and you get a load of it. You get a load of stuff for your money really. It's definitely worth it. So all in all, I give it a 10 out of 10. Right, so guys, I've got to say, first impressions of driving this car is phenomenal. You've got the comfort, but you've also got the sportiness. So if you want to put it in sport mode, you can, and it will perform incredibly. So, I mean, like I said, interior-wise, it's still very up to date to some of your modern Cayennes that you see around at the moment. And the V8, I mean, it just sounds insane. It's such a lovely noise to be able to hear whilst you're driving. Now, obviously, it's not going to be the most fuel efficient. You might get around 18 miles to the gallon depending on how you drive it, but you will be aware of that when buying one of these. And I mean, for the money, you can't really go wrong. It's got so much spec, especially for the year, and what you get with it is just it's perfect really. I mean, like I said, if you're looking to get into the Porsche member sort of community and you want to be able to drive something with the Porsche badge on it, it's a perfect start because you can get your kids in it, take them to school, you can drive to the shops, or you can go on the motorway and open her up and see what she sounds like, and it's a perfect all-round car really. And obviously after that you can progress up to the Cayenne Turbo S's or the Macans or whatever really, but for a base sort of point, this is a perfect car. And I didn't actually think I'd enjoy driving this so much, but it's so comfortable with the suspension settings, and I mean, it's so easy to drive, especially with the Tiptronic gearbox. Some people aren't a fan of them, but I think that actually in this as well it works so great. So I'll give it a 10 out of 10 again, I think, for one of these, for the driving. So guys, if you did enjoy the video, please hit that thumbs up button, it would be really appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you like the content we create. Comment down below if there's anything you think we could do better, or if you want to suggest different things to try out. We want to engage with you guys and know what your thoughts are on what we do. We like to do this as well because it just gives a better insight for you guys if you're looking to buy the car, or if you just simply want to see a review on what these cars are like. I'm a big car enthusiast myself, and I love being able to do this and share it with you guys, because some of you won't have the pleasure that I have of being able to drive these cars and get to show you what they're like. So let us know what you thought. We're going to put the link of our website down below, so you can head over to our website, because there are loads of different cars on there. So yeah, we'll see you in the next one.